Yo, shout out to Savan with the sub. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, first things first, let's get into it. You have been warned, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any interest, if you do not subscribe to the ideology that this is a woke garbage game.
Only afford to donate a single sub. I can only.
Yo, shout out to Doombot with the sub. Appreciate it. You said I'm sassy. Hey, chat, what y'all think Brooke do? Brooke streams. Y'all see that name in the chat? What you think that she do? What y'all think she do? Let me know, chat. Let's talk about what do you think Brooke streams does? Matter of fact, since no. Let me ask a new question. This is a hypothetical, chat. Let me ask y'all a new question. So yesterday I was in the car with somebody, right? And their playlist was going. You know, I let it rock. You know, it was okay. It wasn't blowing me away. But let's just say hypothetically, yesterday I was in the car with somebody. They was getting ice cream, and their playlist started playing Lil Yachty. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody in this chat allegedly tried to murder me yesterday.
Me to unsub from Poison Ivy's OnlyFans before.
How would you feel if your leader was killed? My ears literally started burning. They started bleeding. We had to go home. I had to get a napkin. I had to hold my ear like this on the way home. This is all hypothetical. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm just saying there's a possibility someone tried to assassinate me yesterday because they played Lil Yachty. It was nothing but some, what's that shit called? Auto-tune and some lyrics that made no fucking sense. I couldn't believe it. Allegedly, though. Allegedly. What would y'all do if somebody started playing Lil Yachty? Would y'all crash the car? Let me know. In the meantime, if you don't subscribe, shout out to the person who gets this up. If you don't subscribe to the ideology that Assassin's Creed Shadows is woke and you're still somewhat interested, one more time. You still subscribe? You don't subscribe to the ideology? You would have flipped the car? Nah, facts. That's what I should have did. Should have grabbed the wheel, turn that bitch over like Grand Theft Auto and shit. You're actually interested in picking up Assassin's Creed Shadows. You have been warned here on this stream. Assassin's Creed Shadows has leaked a month early. It's not supposed to come out till late March, and spoilers are floating around. Assassin's Creed Shadows might just be a bit cursed because some players are seemingly already playing a month ahead of its launch. In another world, one where Ubisoft isn't on the precipice of collapse due to a string of failures, we'd long be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, but that's not the world we live in. Instead, the game didn't meet its November release date, at one point shifting to a February release date, except Ubisoft once again released that it's not quite enough time, resulting in the game actually releasing next month on March 20th. It's a bit of a mess, literally almost a month to this day. And now, practically a full month before the game is set to be released, it seems that some players have somehow gotten their hands on physical copies of the game early, with some even claiming some kind of mistake led them to download it in full from the PlayStation Store. I don't know if people really got to download it early, a month early from the PlayStation Store. But if you would have flipped the car, the radio would have stayed on and Yachty would have still been playing. I mean, either way, I would have died. So I'm just telling y'all, I saw the light yesterday. Lil Yachty was playing. My ears was bleeding. I was breathing real hard. Like you ever get hit so hard like it knocked the wind out of you. You got to really focus on your breathing. I felt my eyes rolling back. I started to see the light, and I had a conversation with God. I said, God, please, it's me. I know I don't ask for much. I know I ain't been to church in a while, but I need you to turn this shit off. Please, nigga, please. I said it just like that. And God said, I got you. So he turned that shit off. And here I am streaming early. I think that's why, that's actually, because people keep asking me, why am I streaming early? It's because I feel blessed today, to be honest. Yesterday, I survived an assassination against my life. And it made me realize that life is really short. So I said, you know what, the least I could do is, you know, start to cherish my time on earth. Because our time is not infinite, it's finite, you feel me? So, a little food for thought. But anyways, what I'm talking about, I'm not a comedian. You said, damn, for real? Yeah, I'm all right, though. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Women are not the dramatic ones. It's not drama. It's my life.
Money that you
Yo,
have
shout out to
in
Chris
your wallet
with the gifted
and your credit
subs.
card info,
I appreciate
and then
you.
Donate all those subs.
I appreciate
when
you.
I ask you to let me FaceTime Sonic for
I'm actually not going to finish reading this article because it says very light spoilers ahead. I don't want to be spoiled, but if you do, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So I'm just warning you, if you care about this game, if you plan on picking it up on March 20th and you don't want to be spoiled, you might want to go on social media and throw some filters on. I know you can do it in the Twitter settings, like all Assassin's Creed stuff, but if you don't care and you want to read on it, there you go. Just giving y'all a heads up that stuff is floating around. I will say before I move on, I don't believe that the PlayStation Store just accidentally leaked it a month early. I do believe there are physical copies floating around because for those of you unaware, a lot of times games are done months in advance. They're just, the last few months are just polishing the game for the day one patch. And if I had to take a wild guess why there are physical copies floating around, it's probably because there's some dickheads out there at GameStop who really subscribe to the go woke, go broke ideology, and they really wanted to stick it to Ubisoft. So they sold copies early. I know it's going to get Ubisoft generating sales for them. If you want to hurt Ubisoft, you should not be selling the game. I know what'll get them. Oh, shit. But yeah, just so y'all know, you getting your heads up. The game will probably be a flop. It's sad that truly. Well, the pre-order said they're on.
Can't give more subs
The pre-order said they're on track with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so the sales are already decent. I think what will push it over the edge are whether or not the reviews are good. Watts said she liked it when she played it. I'm hoping it's good.
I mean, following Sonic.
Yo, shout out to Day Day with the sub. Shout out to Sauce with the subs. Appreciate you. I wasn't planning on buying anyways. I'll just watch you play it. Somebody got to do it.
There's
Somebody
going
got
to
to
be
do it.
one less lonely girl.
Somebody got to do it. All right, what else we got for you? Wasn't it Watts' first Assassin's Creed? Yeah, she said she liked it, but whatever. Speaking of Watts, the world's #1 Monster Hunter Wilds fan, or Monster Hunter fan, period. I'm sure she's excited. The reviews dropped today, which you know it's good because the game doesn't come out till the Friday, I think, right? Yeah, it comes out this Friday.
I mean, following Sonic.
The reviews for Monster Hunter Wilds is out. We got some 10s, some 9.5s, some 9s, some 8s, 5 out of 5s, 5.5. The Metacritic is currently sitting at an 89. You can give it a 90. It's already, this is probably arguably the best game that we released this year so far. It's looking like an early game of the year contender. And the thing that's cool about these games is, from my understanding, the game gets better in the end game. So like in theory, the game should get better as time goes on. You said, yeah, it's looking like number bad bitches, bro. 10s, 8s, 9s, 9s, 10s. So if you're looking forward to it, the reviews are out. I know IGN, GameSpot, they drop their video reviews or whatever. If we don't have nothing else to talk about, like if I go through this quickly, I might pull one up. But I mean, I'm going to play it this Friday anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be this Elden Ring battling it out. Nah. No, it's not, buddy. There's a lot of bangers coming out this year. Let me see. Can I pull up on my list? 2025 is a stacked year. We have a bunch of different games that I think could be contenders for Game of the Year, including Doom. This is a big 50-50. This is probably the biggest 50-50 on the list, but this is my bias because it's Assassin's Creed. Ghost of Yote comes out this year. Split Fiction. Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposedly supposed to come out this year. We don't know about if Gears of War E-Day is a 50-50. I don't know if that's coming out this year. Mafia is supposed to come out this year. And then I Am Jesus Christ. You guys remember that? I Am Jesus Christ is supposed to come out. Now, I had Monster Hunter in the A tier because I'm not like a super Monster Hunter fan, but that's already a contender for Game of the Year. Exodus looks like it could be really good. 2XKO, Skate, Pirate Yakuza was good. I don't think that's going to be Game of the Year, but it was good. Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, that could be. We got Fable, the new Pokemon. Some of you might argue for Death Stranding. I don't know why. Death Stranding 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Not my cup of tea, but a lot of people are looking forward to it. There's a lot of bangers. Mecha Break is in beta. I saw that Mecha Break had 300,000 people in the beta, so people are excited about it. There's a lot of bangers coming out this year. I feel like I'm forgetting something else too. Oh yeah, The Last Berserker could be a dark horse. I don't think there's a shoe-in this year. You said 2K? Yeah, 2K could be a Game of the Year contender. I'm joking. What's that, Spider-Man? The PC version. All these games, no average adult will have time to play these. No, that's facts. That's why I can't be mad at. I only get mad because people be talking shit about what should be Game of the Year, what shouldn't be, when you didn't even play them. But like, there's a lot of options at bare minimum. To say gaming is dead is very disingenuous. There's too many goddamn games. The Fatal Fury beta was fire. I did not get a chance to play it. They put that shit out so randomly. The Berserker demo was fire, so I've heard. I'm hoping I can get a copy of that game because the PR lady was tweeting about it, so I'm hoping I can get a free copy of that shit. You already said Ghost of Yote, so nah, I don't think it's a shoo-in. You know, most gamers are frauds. Use that sound. I got you. I don't got no games to play. Spider-Man news. Spider-Man 3. Peter Parker won't be relegated to the couch, says the voice actor. While Spider-Man 3 is yet to be officially announced, that didn't stop Yuri from... I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I know his first name is Yuri, the voice actor, from teasing Peter Parker's role in the games during a recent interview. After both characters had their own solo outing, Peter and Miles Morales shared their spotlight in Spider-Man 2, with players swapping between the two heroes as they teamed up to save New York from villains. Shout and blah, 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 blah. Yo, shout out to No Time to Die with the sub. Appreciate you.
For that, my nigga.
Well, the game's ending implied a passing of the torch from Peter to Miles, suggesting the former could take a backseat in a sequel, while the latter takes the center stage, which really ruffled a lot of feathers because a lot of people just cannot imagine playing a black person unless it's a side character. Things might not be that clear cut. There are very few things I can say about this game, but you have somehow landed on one thing that I can answer, and that's yes, Peter is not gone. Yuri told the Direct. He will be part of the next game and he won't be relegated to the couch. I promise. So it sounds like it was old smoke and mirrors bait and switch. Peter will still be a prominent part of the game. It's not the first time Yuri has spoken on this topic. While I think that Peter would love to believe that he can just turn it off and not be Spider-Man anymore and live a completely normal life, I don't think that's what's going to happen now. Right. That's always been Spider-Man's thing, trying to balance his personal life between being Spider-Man, being a superhero, and it never fully works out because people are always figuring out things about him and then he's got to put the cape back on or the suit back on. This motherfucker is not gonna just sit there. That shit was a bait and switch. I mean, that was kind of obvious. Not to people who hate black people, because the only thing their mind could wrap around was they have to control. And then on top of that, keep in mind, Miles is half black. He's Puerto Rican and black, okay? So they had to play a fucking, because in their mind, all Latinos are Mexicans. So they had to play a nigga and a Mexican? Oh my God. I can't do it. I can't do the DEI, man. I can't fucking do it. It's just like, he's too powerful. I just don't, like, why can't he be Robin? Why he got to be Batman? Why he got to be Batman? Didn't they tease Silk? Yeah, they did. They did. I'm mad no DLC ever came out for this shit. If you're a true Spider-Man fan, you know Peter never gets a break. Facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even a super Spider-Man fan, and I knew that. I don't know why people thought otherwise. I don't know. I haven't read a script yet. They're probably still working on it, but I don't think that that's the last we're going to see Peter. I think it's a cool place to leave it. He's lying, bruh. I think 100% he trusts Miles, he said. Miles has really stepped up and he's like, oh, maybe I can get a little break. And I did get a vacation. If I had to take an educated guess, Miles will start the game off, but there's going to come a certain point in the game where like he's overwhelmed and Peter comes back into the fold. And then Peter's probably going to dominate a good section of the game because of that. That's probably what's going to happen. Because Miles is still super young. What are you linking? PS4 shit?
Good. Engine start, no problem. 5 minutes. Tidin, problem, engine kaput.
You could roast marshmallows on a PS4. That's crazy. It's crazy that you are willing to burn down your house knowing that these insurance policies are canceling left and right, especially after these California fires. These insurance policies do not want to pay out. It's insane to me that you're willing to risk your home that's appreciated probably for millions of dollars, at least in the hundreds of thousands, for a PlayStation 4. That's what I can't wrap it around. Well, I guess it's probably because people who play on PS4, it's not your house, it's your mama house. We know it's not your daddy because you don't know him. Otherwise, you wouldn't get so offended when niggas make fun of you about your PS4. Niggas who know their father will not get offended by that. Emotional. Sparking up fires, sparking up cigarettes and hookah and shit in your house, playing on the fucking PS4. Burning that shit down. Cut it out. Yo, shout out to Dippin' Saw Jr. with the sub. Appreciate it.
Robin's ass.
What can't you do on the PS4? Get a job. Let's see. But yeah, that's a little update. Yeah, it's a gaming weapon of mass destruction. Let's talk about something more positive. Fuck the PlayStation 4. I got some positive news for you guys. Let me pull it on the camera here. All Dragon Ball sparking niggas come to the front. I got some news for you guys. All you Tang sipping, Hawaiian Punch guzzling, goldfish, hot pocket eating, no teeth brushing, belly hanging out your shirt ass niggas who play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Good news. Asus, the computer company, has announced a fragrance mouse that probably smells better than your sweet soaked one. Asus has announced a new mouse, and while it looks like a casual device that'll appeal to any cottagecore enthusiasts, cottagecore is like, you know, those cozy gamers. With its soft pastel colors, it does have a neat trick up its proverbial sleeve in the form of an oil diffuser. That's right. This is a mouse that has an internal fragrance compartment for aromatic oils, perfect for anyone who wants to keep their workstation smelling fresh and not like a week's worth of accumulated hand sweat odor. If you're not following, basically, this thing, you can load it up with some scented oils, some peppermint oil, some rosemary. You guys probably don't know what that is. Whatever you want. And every once in a while, like one of those wicks that you plug in the wall, the plug it in, it'll spray out some oil and it'll keep it fresh. Now, you niggas don't like to shower because according to the TikTok, the YouTube chat, everybody's a grandmaster, everybody's celestial in Marvel Rivals, even though statistics say that like 70% of the players are still in bronze. But according to the comment section, you're all GM. You're all grandmasters. So since you're all imaginary grandmasters who drive Ferraris and fuck bad bitches, you don't have to worry about showering anymore because you could just sit at your station like you're going to do anyway, drink your Hawaiian Punch, ruby red lips, and you can get some oil just spreading it out. I think it's like 78%. 78% rounds up to 80, but according to the comment section, you're all grandmasters. I'm going to be completely honest. It seems to target more than just the Sparking Zero. Them gooners also, well, anybody who stinks. Any of you niggas who go to conventions trying to hit on girls who cosplay and then wonder why they don't want to talk to you, is because you have a green aroma around you because you haven't showered. And the crazy thing about niggas who go to fucking conventions and try to like socialize, but you stink? Y'all be staying in hotels. You got a brand new clean shower that you don't have to clean yourself. They come in and they clean it every day for you. And you still refuse to take a shower. Now, this is not going to replace a shower, but at least at bare minimum, your parents don't have to smell you when they come into your room. So I would suggest picking this up if you're on the grind, playing some Valorant, playing some Marvel Rivals, some Call of Duty. Your room will be slightly less stinky because you just got to make sure to keep the oil filled in it. How much is it going to cost? That's the real question. Let's see. Oh, this is the official announcement right here. Let's see. It's just a substitute. Yeah, it's just a substitute. A little something. They got a price on this? We don't care about the aesthetic. I'm trying to figure it. Wow, they haven't announced the price yet. I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. We don't have a price yet, but we're going to figure this out. How much would you pay for this? All nasty niggas in the chat. How much would y'all pay for this? Nah, man, they use the Dove spray deodorant. Or as them neckbeards call it, a shower in a can. They don't use deodorant. That's why they pass out deodorant. Have you ever been to a convention? Every convention I've ever been to, there are plenty of tables. There are people that walk around just handing out deodorant. 75. I feel like they should make it cheap as possible. This is like a regular mouse. They should make it like 20, 30 bucks. So then it's more accessible to more people, I want to make sure everybody can get this. Everybody can get this. Anime conventions stink. Part of the reason I don't go. Me and my girl went to Comic-Con last year, and at 11 a.m. niggas was musty. We're being assaulted. It's nasty. It's fucking nasty, man. Be like, why you got a mask on at Comic-Con? It's like, is it a bug going around? No, y'all niggas just stink. I'm trying to, protect my shit. Did you hit GM yet? Nah, I haven't played Marvel Rivals in like 4 or 5 days. I took a break. I played Yakuza last time. I wasn't in the mood. So we'll keep an eye on this story when we get a price point on this. Hopefully it's good. Speaking of EA ain't shit, BioWare's co-founder has some words for EA. EA gives you just enough rope to hang yourself. Really? BioWare's co-founder Greg Zeschuk recently made an appearance. What's up, buddy? Made an appearance on Simon Parkin's podcast, My Perfect Console, and in the process revealed why he left the company and his wild dream of launching a bid to take over EA from the inside. EA acquired VG's Holding Corp., the owner of both BioWare and Pandemic Studios in 2007, resulting in BioWare becoming a subsidiary of Electronic Arts, which is why Mass Effect 3 launched under EA versus the other two. This is something that made BioWare fans online have attributed over the years as the downfall of BioWare. But as Greg argues, it wasn't initially as disastrous as most people make it out, with the company immediately going on to have a pretty successful run with games like Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2. Well, that's because you guys had already had that in the works. EA's ownership really started after 3. That's when they started fucking with y'all. Y'all already had a blueprint, y'all had stuff in place, so they couldn't really do anything about it. Nevertheless, he went on to explain when speaking to Parkin, he understood after only 2 years of the company being owned by EA that working for the global publisher wasn't necessarily the perfect environment for him, disliking the lack of entrepreneurial spirit, aka creativity, suits ruining shit. This is what led him to eventually announcing his retirement from BioWare in 2012. EA gives you just enough rope to hang yourself, Greg told Parkin. And what I mean by that is you have to learn to work within the structure. And I think we did quite well if you look at how Mass Effect came out there. Once again, it came out well because you already had a blueprint for Mass Effect. It was actually a pretty successful run, but you have to understand how to work within a big company. And for me, that was the end. It was like, oh, I don't like big companies. So I knew by a year or two that I was going to leave at some point. I just didn't know when. He later elaborated on why he dislikes big companies, stating big companies exist to exploit properties. Translation, they don't give a fuck about the creativity and the quality of the product. All they care about is whether or not it's successful, numbers, and how can we milk it. They exist to exploit games. Most of the big North American guys, they're just good at, hey, let's just squeeze the most money out of the franchise. They don't kind of create a lot of them, and I kind of realized early on that I like making games. I don't like just operating. What up, June? Following that point, Greg went on to describe BioWare's Star Wars MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic, as his swan song in the industry, claiming that it had been more successful than he had dreamed, that he might have ended up sticking around for a bit long. If it had been more successful, he would have ended up sticking around longer to try to take over the company from the inside and change things. I lived in Austin for 2.5 years making Star Wars The Old Republic, and I knew that was the kind of one-way trip, he said. If it was super successful, super duper successful, Ray and I would have probably launched a bid to try and take over EA from the inside, being the corporate pirates that we are, but it needed to be like $2 billion a year successful, but it didn't work out that way. Which is a shame, because Star Wars The Old Republic, I liked how when you played with your friends, like you and your friends get to decide how the cutscenes play out, but it's hard to get into the MMO space. Bro was talking that real. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. So this kind of goes back to the argument that I constantly make on the stream. You know, when you're angry at these companies about these games, make sure you're directing your anger in the right places when you're criticizing. You need to learn the names of these like the name of EA's CEO is Andrew Wilson. That's who you need to be tweeting at. Because these developers a lot of times are trying to create things with one arm tied behind their back. It's an unfortunate truth. It's like, oh, just make it. Games are expensive to make, guys. I think publicly traded companies really ruin games and products. Yep. That's why I said, like, Mass Effect 1 and 2 were great. And then Mass Effect 3 stumbled with that ending. That, of course, that's around the time that EA owned them. And then it's been downhill from there. It has been downhill from here. They've been coasting. So just a little bit more industry insight for everybody. Surprised they haven't changed to EAI or some weird shit. What do you mean EAI? Electronic Arts Interactive? What do you mean? EA, as long as they sports games keep making money, they'll be fine. The idea of unlimited growth and profit is the problem. That is where I would love to interview like a CEO of one of these companies. Like, where do you guys get this idea that there's unlimited growth? And do you actually believe that, or do you believe that your investors believe that? Because I don't believe. After like a certain point, just sustain the money. You know, you're gonna have some years where you might go up 2 to 10%, but every year you cannot go up 25% in growth. It's just not possible. You don't know what the economy is going to look like next year. You don't know how much competition you're going to have. You don't know how good the products are going to be in the future. It's just not possible, man. People get too fucking greedy. At what point do we say enough is enough? It's more so the shareholders, investors thing. Well, I'm invested in a lot of companies, and like, I don't sit on these calls and demand anything. I think it's more so the actual board of directors than anything. Nah, product doesn't matter. It's all about the stock going up. It'll be the downfall of everything. Greed, baby. Greed. Greed is one of the reasons why we haven't gotten another fight night. They are too focused on Madden, now college football, FIFA. When we've been begging for a new fucking boxing game. We've been begging so much. Some fans made Undisputed, but that game fucking sucks. Now, somebody in the chat last stream put me onto this. Apparently, there's a new mod in the works for Fight Night, and it's called Fight Night Forever. And according to their Twitter, I did some research. It says Fight Night Forever is a full overhaul of Fight Night Champion intended to bring it into the current day, and it blends fan favorites gameplay with modern, dedicated roster models finding their place among legends of the sport. And we have a trailer here. Let's check it out. Got Crawford. You got my brain just fried. The Mexican superhero. Canelo, yeah, my brain fried right there. I'm curious, are they gonna try to put actual original animations in this shit? And is it gonna have online? They didn't answer that, and I couldn't find anything about that. I used to work at a company centered around that concept, and they basically tried to work us to death. This is a reskin of Champion. Are you listening, bands? YSL bands, are you listening? It's a mod. Do you know what a mod is? This is just a reskin. Do you know what a mod is? Come on, guys, let's listen. I didn't say this was a new game. Let's listen, guys. EA made DMCA. This looks too good. The character models do look good. Like it doesn't look bad. Listening skills in the toilet. Let's keep the chat high IQ. Otherwise, take it to the YouTube. I'm gonna ask the AI because like it's just showing character models. There's no other info in here. Let's see if we can ask.
Thanks for the super chat. Your donation will go towards a new pair.
Are there any new
to get away from
features
her name
in
is
the
Amy,
Fight
and she's
Night?
an annoying quasi-conspiracy spreading illiterate smut.
Yo, shout out Kane Snow with the super chat. Let me read. What did you write? I've been watching since high school. Keep up the great content. I appreciate you, Kane, and I appreciate the super chat. Bro, this is wrong. It's hallucinating. This is not right. What the fuck does AWE have to do with anything? They don't have any info on it. I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I'm just making people aware of it. If you want to follow the Twitter, here's the Twitter for like info. I might turn notifications on to see what they're doing with that. I feel like this mod will only work if it has online. You can't add all this extra stuff, but then we can only play offline. You gotta let us try online stuff. What's this? My dumbass. Click my own damn link. Thought that was somebody else. My fault. Dave Bautista calls on fans to petition for live action Gears of War. Dave Bautista wants to play in Gears of War. Can somebody call Microsoft because he really wants to play in Gears of War, guys?
Hey, start an online thing about freaking Gears of War. Like,
Let's
come on,
do it.
Netflix, or come on already.
I mean, everybody's been fan casting you that for years. They're dropping the ball on it all the time.
Dude, it's not like I'm not badgering them.
Okay, let's get it going.
We
Gears
gotta
of
start a
War, live
petition.
action.
You know,
Can
come on.
somebody call Microsoft and tell them Dave Bautista wants to be in Gears of War? Oh shit, I'm here for it. Not gonna lie. I don't know if a live action would work. I don't know if the art style translates to live action. I feel like it'd be weird with the CG. I think if they were gonna do a Gears of War movie, it should be animated, like anime style. I don't know if I would want a live action. Rich niggas. They trying to get Gears of War to PS. Can we get Gears of War to PS5 first before we get the damn movie? Not gonna lie, he has the build for the character. I'm not saying that he has the build for it. So I'm not saying it couldn't work, but like this man just really wants. He's putting the word out there. Can we get it going? I knew somebody linked something. I knew I wasn't crazy. James Gunn confirms a Teen Titan movie is in the works. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is developing the script. Can we let one James Gunn movie come out? We got James Gunn, a million James Gunn movies, video games coming. Let's let one come out. Let's figure out if he's the guy for the mission first before we get too excited. I wouldn't get too excited about this, chat. Let's figure out if he's the guy for the mission. I know Guardians of the Galaxy was good, but there's a difference between producing Guardians of the Galaxy and producing an entire universe. When there's trouble, you know who to call. Teen Titans. Belantro's coming to Xbox Game Pass today. Yeah? Anybody? If you haven't played it, it was nominated for Game of the Year. It's free on the Game Pass now. So, you know, download it on your PC, download it on your Xbox. Starfire and Green Lantern animated shows are in the works. Starfire show. Isn't there a live action Green Lantern show coming too? What? Kind of wild. The OG Titan comics are nothing like the show. That's what makes it great, though. All the different versions. There's a lot of different versions. Spades. No, it's solitaire, but it's like a roguelike solitaire. Apparently, it's super addicting. Starfire Wire. Right. I don't know if I want a Starfire TV show. I don't know. I'm sure the Gooners will love it, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want a show from. I don't know about that. Then last but not least, we got a trailer for Andor season 2. Anybody? Star Wars. Yeah. We're going. The Empire's back, guys. We're milking it, baby. We're milking it. It's poker. My fault.
Who do you want to win?
Last night a dream.
What will the Empire do this time?
All our hopes have come to be. The revolution starts now.
What a swell party this is.
It's the best thing they've done in years. I believe you. I'm just kind of over this era.
Why spend $5
Shout out to Unbothered with the sub.
in Gotham? Get $5 to get your 4,000 square foot apartment next to the Penguins trap house.
The production looks crazy, though.
Remember this moment. You're here. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
They tried to get out of the Skywalker saga, but that people whined. Whoa. People didn't just whine. Let's not rewrite history now. Them new Star Wars movies was ass. Let's not forget that. We've seen this revelation for like 40 years. Yeah, I'm like, we know what's gonna happen. We know it. It looks good. Everybody says it's fire. I'll get around to watching it. Why is it fucking showing me